spooky. Halloween may be our next guest's favorite holiday because she loves all things that go bump in the night. Here to share a few of her favorite podcasts, perfect for spooky season, we welcome back New York Times bestselling author and Portland treasure, Chelsea Cain. Great to see you.
Hi, Helen. I brought you an early Halloween present.
Oh, a spider.
It's a spider, and I think we'll just set it here.
Okay, I'll just leave it
and
there.
And that way anybody tuning in,
yeah,
like in the next 5 minutes, will be really concerned about you.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, this is your favorite time of year, isn't it?
It's my favorite time of year.
Okay, so these podcasts, tell me in general what they're about.
It's kind of a mix of...
Because it's not really true crime, is it? Or is it?
Some of them are true, some of them aren't. But they're all like... they're all podcasts that'll give you chills.
Okay. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So the first one on your list is Sword and Scale Nightmares, because I love the Sword and Scale true crime.
Yeah. So it's the same guy.
Okay.
But these are half hour, which is nice.
Oh, wow.
And they're just, really terrifying true stories told well. Definitely a headphone podcast. It's not a podcast you want like your kids to walk in during, or really anyone.
Yeah, I mean sometimes
it's private.
Yeah. Sometimes I've been caught at a stoplight and people are like, "Whoa, what is that you're listening to?"
Yeah,
yeah.
They're truly like very terrifying stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Probably the scariest of all of my recommendations.
Really?
Yeah, because they're true.
Right.
And humans are the most terrifying monsters.
Yes. That's right, they are. Okay, Full Body Chills.
Yeah, that's a very well-named podcast. And so that is spooky, like, fictional stories.
Yeah.
And it is part of the Audio Chuck empire, which is run by Ashley Flowers, who does Crime Junkie. But the current episode that just came out a couple days ago is about women who hear humming and then disappear a couple days later.
Ooh.
And I listened to that. And it's, again, like they're nice and short, half hour.
Right.
And I had like literal full body chills probably 4 times listening to that episode.
Oh my gosh, just like the name says.
Yeah, but also it's not gory.
Right.
It's just spooky.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's Not Meet.
Let's not meet.
This sounds like a dating app scary podcast.
It's people.
Let's Not Meet.
People's stories interacting with other dangerous people.
Yeah.
But always getting away because
Oh, good.
it's their story.
Yeah. But are these true stories?
These are true stories,
Okay.
yeah. But told by a narrator. So they have like they feel like short stories. They have that kind of fictional arc.
That's the one thing we've learned over time about podcasts is the narrator has to be good.
Yeah.
It can't just be reading a script.
Right.
It has to be, they have to be storytellers.
Yes.
Like real storytellers.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Lore.
Lore is a classic, which is nice because it means there are like 500 episodes banked. So you can just dive in. And it's, sort of historical stories that have to do, with creepy things that have happened. And it's educational. Like that is one, like you'll learn something.
Okay.
And it is one that like your kids can walk through the room and it'll be okay.
It'll be okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All
and
right.
it is like there's lore and there's lore legends and lore bites. There are all of these different
But they're all true.
lores.
True lores.
Yes, true lores.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Except lore legends is, based on legends.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Real survival stories. Oh my goodness, this sounds like my cup of tea.
Well, and it's narrated by John Hopkins, who is a British actor.
Yeah.
Right, who's in every British show.
Right.
I think contractually.
His voice is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the best voice. So he has this wonderful, like posh Etonian accent. So like the first episode I listened to was about a man who fell into a crevasse in a glacier.
Oh.
And I was like, what is a glacier? And I was like, oh, it's a crevice in a glacier. And it took me like 10 minutes. And then it was like, oh, this makes so much sense now. But yeah, like now I'm just waiting to talk about glaciers with somebody because I'm going to drop that so hard.
I hear you. I want to say glacier as well. Okay, that's
but
funny.
he can tell like some horrible story about somebody, and one, the person lived because of the name of the podcast.
Right, real survival story.
And also, you could just listen to him talk.
Yeah. Oh, I get that.
Yeah.
Against the Odds.
Yeah. Also, survival stories.
Okay.
But fun, kind of like scary stories in the sense that, it's somebody lost at sea. right? So like, creepy things happen, and it'll give you a few chills.
Right.
But, the person is going to survive.
Okay. And then the one that says I survived, do you say that's a kind of a subset of Cold Case Files?
Yeah, so Cold Case Files, which is just another, I think I mentioned that last time I was here. I really like that podcast because the cases all get solved.
Yeah.
And I kind of find it unsatisfying when I listen to a podcast and at the end they're like, and she's still missing.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Yeah.
I am with you.
Right, it's
I
like,
don't
well, that
like
was 48 minutes I'll never get
I
back.
lost my time.
Yeah.
I know, and they take you, this happened and this happened,
Yeah.
and no, sorry, we didn't find her.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So I like Cold Case
We
File.
didn't find the killer.
Yeah,
What?
right. And then you're looking for like a next episode, and there's not one.
Not one, yeah.
So a subset of Cold Case File is the I will survived, or like I survived. And the most recent episode is a man who was in this car crash, like ended up in a crevasse.
In a crevasse.
In his van. And again, he lives.
Yeah.
But at one point, like he's trapped in it, and he saws off his fingers in order to free himself, which sadly doesn't work.
Yes.
He can't free himself. But now he has his fingers lined up next to him, and he hears this rustling, and it's rats.
No.
It's rats
No.
fighting over his fingers.
No! Oh,
Right?
no,
Yeah.
no.
But again, he's fine now.
He's fine now. Okay,
I mean,
he survived.
doesn't have the fingers.
Mr. Ballen's medical mysteries.
Yeah, this is good, like body horror,
Oh.
because it's stories of people who develop weird ailments.
Yeah.
So like somebody who's like their big toes turn black and they start bleeding from their eyes and they have a rash, and
weird.
everybody's like, what's going
Yeah,
on?
and they want to solve what it is.
Right,
They
and
wanna
so they
figure it
work
out.
on diagnosing it.
Oh, wow.
But if that's a thing that makes your skin kind of tingle and makes you cringe, then you'll really love this. I love medical mysteries of all kinds.
You were also filming a scary movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you wrote the script?
I wrote the script. It's called The Bend. It's directed by James Westby, and
We love James Westby.
yeah. And it is about a family that goes to their vacation house at Black Butte Ranch, and their 10-year-old daughter sleepwalks into the woods, and then is found a couple hours later. But then creepy things start to happen, and I have to tell you, this is based on a true story.
Oh, wow.
Mark and Eliza and I and some friends went to Black Butte when Eliza was 8, my daughter, and she went to bed, and it's really dark out, right? As Black Butte gets very dark.
Yeah.
And the friends and Mark and I are like playing a game in the living room, and I look up through the sliding glass doors, and I see this ghostly figure standing in the woods. And I realize it's Eliza.
Oh, wow.
And she at the time had this American Girl doll nightgown that like matched her doll's nightgown. So it's like this long white old-fashioned smock.
Oh, no.
And she's just standing there.
Yeah.
And we went running out and got her, and she had sleptwalk out of the bedroom. So like we went into the bedroom, the lamp was turned over, and she'd literally torn through the screen.
Oh my gosh.
And just dropped 4 feet and wandered off into the woods. So.
I can't wait to, you have to let me
inspires
know,
it.
give us updates on this, all right?
I will.
We're going to put the list of all the podcasts on our website at k2.com. Chelsea, always great to see you. I love you to
Good to
pieces.
see you. I love you too.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away. Watch out for my spider.